the town that vanished overnight, America's real-life ghost city. Picture this, a town bustling with life. Children playing in the streets, families sharing stories on front porches, shopkeepers sweeping their doorsteps at dawn. Then one morning, it's all gone, silent, empty. Today, we're turning the pages of a forgotten chapter in America's history and looking back at a town that vanished overnight, a real-life ghost city. Pull up a chair, friends, as we wander through the echoes of this haunting story. 1. The birth of Centralia, a town built on coal. It all began in 1866. Centralia, Pennsylvania, was a proud mining town, sitting on top of a treasure trove of anthracite coal. Back then, coal wasn't just a resource. It was the heart of America's booming industry. Trains roared through, carrying coal to faraway cities, while miners worked deep underground, their faces black with dust but their spirits proud. Centralia was a small town with a big purpose. The streets were always alive, lined with general stores, churches, and a close-knit community that believed their town would last forever. But beneath their feet, trouble was waiting to wake up. 2. The fire beneath, a tiny spark ignites a giant problem. In 1962, a fire broke out in an abandoned coal mine right underneath Centralia. It started small, just a few flickers, like many mine fires before it. But this one was different. The fire found its way into the endless coal veins beneath the town and refused to die. People thought they could put it out. They poured water, dug trenches, but nothing worked. The ground was warm to the touch and thin. Ghostly smoke started rising from cracks in the earth. Centralia was literally burning from below. 3. Living with the fire, a community's quiet struggle. For years, life in Centralia went on. Folks got used to the strange smoke and the faint smell of sulfur in the air. Kids would even play near the steam vents, like it was some kind of strange playground. But as time passed, the cracks grew wider and the fires spread deeper. Basements filled with poisonous gases, and sinkholes began opening up, swallowing patches of earth without warning. The people of Centralia were living on borrowed time, though many still clung to the hope that their town could be saved. 4. The government steps in too late to save it. By the 1980s, it was clear that Centralia's problem wasn't going away. The underground fire had spread miles beyond control. The government offered to relocate residents, buying up homes and businesses. For many, it wasn't an easy decision. Leaving meant saying goodbye to generations of memories. But for safety's sake, most families took the offer and moved away. One by one, the houses were torn down, leaving empty lots where laughter and life once echoed. 5. A town that vanished overnight. It didn't happen with a loud bang or dramatic headlines. Centralia's disappearance was quiet, like a candle slowly flickering out. By the early 1990s, only a handful of residents remained, too stubborn or too heartbroken to leave. Street signs still stood, but the roads led to nowhere. Nature began to reclaim what was once hers. Trees growing through sidewalks, vines wrapping around broken street lamps. Centralia was becoming a ghost town, not because of war or disaster, but because of a fire you couldn't even see. 6. The silent streets, a town frozen in time. Walking through Centralia today feels like stepping into a photograph from the past. There are no shops, no schools, no bustling town square, just empty streets lined with wildflowers and cracks that still breathe smoke. You can almost hear echoes of a time when neighbors greeted each other on front porches and coal trains rumbled in the distance. It's a haunting beauty, the kind that makes you stop and wonder how something so full of life could vanish so quietly. 7. The legend grows, Centralia's unwanted fame. Over time, Centralia became the subject of rumors, ghost stories, and even video games. Writers and filmmakers were drawn to its eerie, abandoned streets, calling it the town where the ground burned forever. Some even believe Centralia inspired the spooky town in the video game Silent Hill. But for those who once called it home, Centralia isn't just a creepy story. It's a place filled with real memories, real laughter, and real heartbreak. 8. The last residents, holding on home. Believe it or not, a few people still live in Centralia to this day. They fought in court to stay, refusing to leave the land where their families had lived for generations. For them, it's not about danger or logic. It's about pride, roots, and the feeling that home is more than just a house. They live among empty streets and smoking earth, holding on to the last pieces of their past. 9 Lessons from a Lost Town. Centralia teaches us that even the strongest communities can disappear, not from war or flood, but from the quiet things. Fires underground, decisions above ground. It's a reminder of how fragile towns can be, and how quickly life can change without us even noticing. But it's also a story of resilience. Even as the ground crumbled, the spirit of Centralia's people refused to give in without a fight. That's a piece of America's heart you won't find in history books. 10. Centralia Today, a memory etched in smoke and stone. Today, Centralia is a place of silence and whispers, where grass grows over old roads and the air still carries a faint warmth from below. It's no longer a city of families and coal miners, but it's not forgotten. Visitors still come, walking the empty streets, imagining the lives that once filled the town with laughter and song. Centralia stands as a quiet monument to the past, a ghost city that reminds us how quickly things can disappear, yet stay alive in memory. So, next time you pass through a small town, take a moment to look around. Every old street corner has a story, and some are still smoldering beneath our feet. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, give us a like, leave a comment with your favorite ghost town story, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales from America's Forgotten Corners. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.